Hey gang, welcome to the Cross-Eyed Texan. It is time for the Saturday night shave. And I purposefully didn't post a video for a while because I wanted my beard to get some length on it. Now, the last shave I used my Parker 94R, but I used it with a feather blade in it. And I didn't get the best shave that I thought that I would get out of it. So since I haven't used the Persona Comfort Coated in this razor, I figured the next shave would just go ahead and do that. So let's get the blade in here, shall we? I hope everybody's doing well. I'm not sure, but I think we here in Dallas-Fort Worth set a record today because it was 99 degrees and over 100 in some places. I love the fact that these blades don't have any glue on them. That makes me so happy. So let me get this loaded up here. The Parker 94R is a relatively aggressive razor. It is not, it's not game changer 0.84-ish, but it's certainly not, it is certainly not Edwin Jagger. And I like it. It's a heavy-duty little razor. If you've never seen it, let me hold it up there very close. It's got kind of an Edwin Jagger-ish head, but you know, there's the exposure. It looks pretty good. And as it is still Suicide Prevention Month, September's not over, we are continuing to use the Ariana and Evans Never Alone 2 soap to bring attention to the noble cause that I'm just super glad that they got behind. So I'm using my little pick that I got from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. And I like to use too much soap. I'm weird. I've got so much of it, I don't care. And there are people that have more soap than me. Lots more. I think I've probably got about 30 or 40 tubs. Somewhere around there. Heck, I don't know. I haven't looked. I don't want to know. It's embarrassing. So I'm going to mash this into my bowl right here. Here's how I do it. I like to mash it into my bowl and then spread it around the bottom of the bowl. Then it gets all stuck to your finger. And the brush we are using is the Simpson's Trafalgar T3. And I like synthetic brushes because you don't have to soak them for very long. I think it looks like some kind of sea urchin when it's soaked. It's weird looking. And I'm only going to shake that a couple of times. There's a joke in there somewhere, but this is a family-friendly show. So tell me in the comments, how's the weather where you are? We're supposed to be entering fall, and it's not anything remotely like fall here in North Texas. It is nothing like it. I love this Ariana and Evans soap. It is fantastic. It mixes up in a quick hurry. Still a little foamy, but you can see I'm starting to get peaks. I'm going to add a little bit more water. Not much. Just a few drops at a time is all you need to add. Don't need to go crazy with it. Sorry, my ear itches. Pre-shave was a shower. Scrubbed face. Look at all that soap in that bowl. That's beautiful, man. And so, let's WTF. Wet the face. Get your mind out of the gutter. Let's wet the face here. Doing a cold water shave. I don't mind. Because when it's this hot, I just can't deal with it, man. I think it's still in the 90s, and it's the time I'm recording this, I want to say it's about probably 8:25, 8:30, somewhere around there. All right. Let's apply this stuff. So sometimes the sharpest blade isn't always the best blade to use in any given razor. There's a dynamic there that is kind of interesting and elusive. I like the feather blades in some of my other razors, but I wasn't too super happy with my last shave. I mean, it was a good shave, don't get me wrong. It's a lot better than any cartridge razor I ever thought about being. And you know, these Persona blades aren't a slouch when it comes to being sharp. Not by any stretch of the imagination. Alright, so I'm going to temper the razor. First I'm going to dry off my fingers, because this Ariana and Evans soap is quite slickery, as my stepson used to say. He used to say stuff was slickery. He also used to ask if he could go play in the Splinker. Every time I think about that, it makes me smile. So, here's to you, Christopher James. Yep, there's a lot of stubble in there because I let my face grow long. And I think maybe my last shave with this particular razor could have been encumbered by, let's just say, my respect for feather blades. Because they are one of the sharpest blades in the industry. And if you haven't seen it yet, if I can find it, I'll put it in the links below. But there's an article that's several years old, I think, by the Sharpologist, where he talks about, you know, just the physical sharpness of blades. And that is a provable thing. The rest of it is down to personal preference and skin type and beard type. The fun part right here. So far, I'm liking the shave a little bit better with the Persona blades in this particular razor. A couple of my other razors that I've used the feather blades in, I won't be using anything else in those, but maybe the feathers in the Gillette 7 o'clock Super Stainless. My phone's crooked. I just noticed it. Hang on, guys. I have trouble seeing to get that perfectly level. Let's rinse this out. Let me completely dry off my face. Because I can't tell what I've missed when my face is wet. Honestly, man, although it's been like since Saturday, since the last shave video I posted, I feel like these particular blades are doing a better job in this razor. And I didn't expect that. But if you have the same razor and the same two blades, your mileage may vary. Almost forgot to do that. Let's wet your danged old face again, meathead. I like to shave on Sunday so I don't have to do it for church in the morning. That way I can get up and do other more pressing things as far as church goes. Yeah, I'm looking around the phone in my mirror here. What do you think about Parker razors? I think they represent one of the best values in wet shaving. I like them a little better than Edwin Jagger because they're not Zamic. They're not made of that metal stew. They are actually chrome-plated brass. And I don't know if the Zamic is here or there, but I know what brass is. I know exactly what brass is. All right, guys. ATG. Let's see how this goes. Very nice. Let's start on the other side of the face. She's filled up. Let's rinse her off. It's giving a lot more feedback than it normally does. And then try to not talk during this part because I know some people actually like that sound. Heck, I kind of like that sound myself. The little tongue trick. Just stick it right there. Clean that off. All right, let's stop and check our handiwork. You know, I was on a Gillette 7 o'clock super stainless kick for a while, and I still love those blades. There's at least 8 blades or 9 blades that I enjoy using. And I use them all. Although I'm going to have to go revisit the Voskhod and the Treat DuraSharp. I'm going to have to go revisit those. Because I've noticed in my shaving journey that as I can become better at it, there are certain blades that I used to like that I don't like anymore. Well, slap my butt and call me Betty. I did not expect these blades to outperform in the Parker 94R. I did not expect them to outperform the feathers. Because feathers are supposed to be the be-all, end-all of razor blades. But I got my face in 2 feathers. There's a little spot right there I could get. There's a couple of places I could clean up. But if memory serves, I had to do almost 3 full passes in my last video with the feathers. So, feathers are excellent blades, but there are some blades out there that are just as good. And I think they're a little proud of the feather blades. But it really all comes down to your face type and your beard type. Those things play such a big role in the quality of your shave and the blades and things of that nature. So that equation cannot be ruled out. Okay, gotta get some on my chin right here. Because what works for one chap is not going to work for the next one. And let's wipe that off. Ladies and gentlemen, I feel very confident with that. So in the Parker 94R, the Persona Comfort Coated blades win. They do a better job in that razor. And just so you know, I actually keep track of this crap. I'll write it down. I'm actually going to go make a spreadsheet to keep track of which blades I like in which razor. But the Personas won in this particular razor. And we are going to go test for feedback with the Alum block. Again, I show you this every video, but it's the Razor Rock version of it, and it's in stick form, and I really like it. Let's see what kind of feedback we get. Almost none. Oh, a little bit right there. A little stingy. And there's always feedback from me up under my bottom lip. Always. Man, I ain't had this much fun since Hugs ate my little brother. We're going to let that sit for about 10 or 15 seconds. And while we're letting it sit, I want to remind you guys, this isn't just a soap. It's an attitude. If you ever find yourself thinking about checking out, thinking about jumping off the planet because nobody cares about you, or whatever heartbreak you're going through, I encourage you, please don't. We need you here. People love you. There would be so many unanswered questions. And I know from being a survivor of a wife who committed suicide that it's kind of a spiritual thing, because it just leaves a bunch of unanswered questions. And sometimes people who survive someone who commits suicide, oftentimes due to just utter sadness, end up committing suicide themselves. So reach out. You're never alone. Call 988. Call a pastor. Call a friend. Reach out to somebody for some help, because we don't want to lose you. All right, so let's rinse this off. Lovely, lovely stuff. I cannot believe that the Persona blades, at least in the Parker 94R, did a better job. I got that in 2 passes with a couple of cleanups. And for the splash, I want to use this Aqua DG. This is great. And this is probably what the fragrance I'm going to wear for the rest of the evening. And that, my friends, is a successful shave. Now, I do have some fragrance content coming up. I'll even let you look at that if you want to see it. I do have some fragrance content coming up. And for the people who are watching this who aren't necessarily wet shavers, you guys can still use this soap and these products and the brushes and things and still keep using your cartridge razors. You'll end up with a better shave even with a cartridge razor. So you don't have to jump in the deep end with this. But there's some wonderfully scented soaps out there and some aftershaves and bath soaps and stuff. And you can really layer your fragrance on and it will increase the longevity by hours. And besides, you'll smell good in places you shouldn't put cologne. Oh, man. So, what else am I going to say? I'm going to say thank you to the new subscribers. We're almost to 550. I really appreciate it. Fragrance content coming up. I bought some Stetson Black, which I was stunned by. I got some Encre Noir coming up. And I've got a fragrance that mimics YEDP. It's called Chic Au Chouk Final Edition. I think that's how you say it. And it actually works pretty well. And we'll talk about the Encre Noir. If it ever friggin' cools off and I can wear the fragrance, we will. But the next thing we're going to talk about is going to be the Stetson Black. It is an actually stunning good fragrance. Anyway, God bless you guys. Be an encouragement to someone around you. You never know what other people are dealing with, and a smile and a open door, or helping somebody pick something up or putting their groceries in the car can go a long way to change somebody's day. God bless you guys, and thank you for watching.